Hi, today I'm going to try to modify a great recipe from my sister-in-law Elizabeth. Her recipe was for a garlic and hot seitan, and I'm going to try and turn it into more of an Italian meatball recipe. So we'll give it a try and see how it turns out.
Okay, I'm starting this a little late, but so far I have 1.5 cups of vital wheat gluten, which is like a flour, and a 1/4 cup of the nutritional yeast, which is, as you can see, different from like active dry yeast. Both of these items you can get a lot of times in bulk food stores. I got the vital wheat gluten at the food co-op and nutritional yeast flakes at Nature's Bin. Okay, adding to the vital wheat gluten and the nutritional yeast, I have my herbs and spices here. Putting them right into my mixing bowl. I'm going to do this with my KitchenAid with the bread hook, but you could do this by hand as well. I have a tablespoon of basil, a 1/2 tablespoon of oregano, a 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm going to just whisk it to make sure it's all mixed together good. I also have my oven preheating to 350, and in the microwave I have a cup of water getting warm with 1 veggie bouillon cube in it that we're going to use for the liquid ingredient. Okay, I'm going to crush some garlic. This is my favorite kitchen tool. It is a rock, which is very flat and has been washed, scrubbed, sterilized, disinfected, you name it. I've had it for quite many years now, and it works great to just crush the garlic. And it's hard to do with one hand. I'm not as good as my brother. Then you can just peel off the skins easily. They should just squish right out. Like that. And it's ready to be chopped. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 cloves. Okay, time to do our wet ingredients. I have in here the 1 cup of veggie broth that we made. And I've also added a tablespoon of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste, and a tablespoon of soy sauce. I am going to add the garlic that we chopped up to the tomato paste, and then we will add our other liquids and stir them. Okay, after mixing this together and giving it a little taste, I felt that it needed a little something extra, so I added 1 teaspoon of salt to the mix, and it seems like it tastes pretty good now. So it's time to mix the 2 ingredients. We have our bread hook in, and I'm going to lock it up and start it. Get it going about a medium speed. And you will probably have to go ahead and scrape the side of the bowl. That's okay. It's starting to take shape a little bit. It's starting to turn into more of a dough. We'll keep letting it go a little while longer. Okay, we're still going. It's starting to pull away from the sides a little bit. Smelling really good. How will you know when this is done? Well, when you go to move it, and see how it's just not even sticky anymore. I mean, if I touch it, it doesn't stick to me. It pushes in like bread dough. So I know that I'm done. Okay, I made these into 1-inch cheat balls and just rolled them up like you would regular ground beef. So it's really nice because they don't stick to your hands and make you all grossed out. And I put them in a casserole dish that I lightly sprayed with some high heat Pam kind of stuff. But you could just use some oil if you wanted to. And I'm going to cover this tightly with foil, and I'm going to pop it in our 350-degree oven, and I'm going to check it at about 65 minutes, I think. 60, 65 minutes, somewhere around there. And here they are. They are out of the oven. They turned out great. I cooked them for 60 minutes, but I think I would check them more at 50 or 55 next time, because since they've cooled off, they are just a little bit on the hard side on the bottom, where they became nicely browned. But they're all set and ready to go in. We're going to have them with spaghetti sauce, marinara sauce, and pasta tonight. But you could definitely use these in a sandwich and make a really nice meatball hoagie. Enjoy. Okay, so if we're going to make meatballs, we might as well make a nice marinara sauce to go with it. So this is so simple. I just have 1 onion and about 6 cloves of garlic. But if you're not a real big garlic fan, I definitely am. You might want to cut it down to like 4. I've been vegetarian for like I don't know, 17 years now. And a lot of times if I'm going over to someone's house, they're not sure what you should make for a vegetarian or a vegan. Making spaghetti with marinara sauce is always a good bet for people. You know, because if you just put your meatballs or whatever on the side, won't be a problem. So keep that in mind if you are ever entertaining and don't know what to feed your veggie friends. Okay, we sauteed the onion and garlic in just a little bit of olive oil. That was 1 onion and 4 cloves of garlic, and then I added 2 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes and 2 of the 6-ounce cans of tomato paste, and then I did the 2 tomato paste cans with water and added that to it. After that, I just added about a tablespoon of salt, about half a teaspoon of black pepper, about 1.5 tablespoons of basil, about a teaspoon of sugar, and about a half a tablespoon of oregano. Stir it up, and you want to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer. This is going to have to be, you know, you're going to have to do this to taste, because depending on your tomatoes, you're going to get a different flavor. Depending on how you like it, you might want a sweeter sauce and add a little more sugar. You may like a spicy sauce, so you want to add more black pepper or crushed red pepper flakes. But keep in mind that when you're cooking something like this for a longer period of time, you are going to reconstitute those dried peppers, so they might be hotter than what you think. So go err on the side of maybe not adding enough, and then add more at your meal if you have some people that don't like it real spicy. That's it. Just let it simmer. If you can let it simmer for about an hour, it'll be perfect, and just stir every so often. It's a really nice recipe, but I'm going to just